Hi, my name is Ernest, and in this video I'm going to go through the changes in Ajax Search Pro version 4.28. Alright, so here is the change log. Let me move myself a bit over here. So version 4.28 is kind of a major-ish release because it has two big new features and two like bigger integrational features regarding Divi. So let me show you those first. The first one is the search statistics that has been refactored, and I've been working on this for a long time. It was been requested a million times, many times, so I decided to make like a completely new interface for it, which I think I'm going to inherit into the plugin. It kind of differs from the whole design of the current state of the plugin. But so here it is. As you can see, like this don't look like the rest of Ajax Search Pro because this was designed completely from scratch. As you can see, it's a completely new statistics interface, which like records a million things. There's of course a separate video like going into all the nooks and crannies, and right now it's in this dark mode, which I really like. I think it was the first thing that I coded to have this dark mode switch, which, you know, because I really like to use websites in like a dark fashion, and I think like a lot of people kind of fancy that. So as you can see, it has like a lot of different things. I really recommend going through them. I believe this is a lot more usable than like generally the options interface on Ajax Search Pro, which is kind of a bit dated, but I really hope I can use these new inputs and these new things that I coded like gradually integrate them into the rest of Ajax Search Pro. And I would really appreciate your feedback in the comments or even through mail or whatever. Like what do you think? I think this design is just a lot cleaner. You know, there's not much distractions. You have a lot more space. It's really good for like nowadays wider screens, you know, especially regarding the settings. You know, I spent a lot of time coding this whole interface. It's made in React. It's reusable components. It's really neat. I mean, if you just look at this, it just behaves a little bit differently like the rest of it, and I kind of want to, you know, integrate this into the whole of the plugin. All right, so this is one of it. Check out the video if you want more details on this. It's going to be in the description below. The second one is a Lightbox feature for media results. I really kind of love this. Let me find this. Oh, it's right here. I've already opened an image. I just recorded a video on this. So if you have media file search enabled for images, now you can opt in to display images in a Lightbox. So if you turn this option on and like do a search and click on any of the results, they will open in this nice Lightbox, which has like a arrow navigation, a keyboard navigation, and of course you can adjust these under the advanced options Lightbox panel. There's plenty of options you can go through, like the overlay, opacity, navigation, whatever. I recommend checking it. There's going to be a video on this as well, how I got to this setup. I just wanted to show you how it works. All right, the next one is, again, it's like a big one. Divi 5 has this loops thing, which is really great, and I really wanted to integrate to filter this. And so this is how, okay, so don't judge me. I don't really, I'm not good with these, and I only do like for sampling. So this is my loop thingy with the search. You need to do a specific, you know, configuration to add two attributes to the column and the row, whatever. And this is how it looks on the page. And if I like try to type in something, you know, see it is filtered really nicely. Of course, it's going to work with any kind of layout. It's not restricted. This is only for demonstration. So Divi 5 loops, supported really good. I really like this. And there's one more thing with a query builder. There's this Divi query builder. I think it's from Divi coding. Yeah, it's a really popular thing. And one of our customers requested this, and I kind of made it work. Like, and I kind of, because it's unfortunately it only works with their legacy model. So here is my setup. This is the query builder legacy module. If I were to add, sorry, I'm not, don't want to add a new row though. I just want to add a new module. No, I need to add a new row. I just wanted to show you real quick. So here we go. So if I go query build, see, there's this DC query builder. Unfortunately, this doesn't work yet because there's one parameter not passed to the hook. I will contact them, maybe if they can change that, or maybe I can find like a different method. I don't know, but the legacy one did pass on the module parameters, which was fantastic and really allowed all of this filtering. And this new one, unfortunately, this new one doesn't. So for now, only the legacy one works, but it does work. So here is the setup with this thing, and if I start to type in things, it's gonna filter it really nicely. And one like minor-ish thing is added an option to turn off results redirection when clicking on them. When I add new features, I always look at like past support tickets and whatever, and I recall that like maybe 20-30 times I've been asked in the past couple of years to how do I turn off in the support, and how do I turn off clicking on the results? And I was like, okay, I suggested some custom CSS and whatever, and then I realized that solution is like kind of works, but it's not the best, because with custom CSS you can disable pointer events, and so like when someone clicks on an element or a link or whatever, it's not gonna work. But it's not the best solution because pointer events also disable swiping and navigation, whatever. So it is not the best. So I decided, okay, let's just let me just make this into a actual setting. So under the layout options, results behavior, there's a disable clicks on results. So if I go here, make a search, and if I click, right now I'm clicking, it does nothing. So if you fancy that, you have this, and this is a proper solution through JavaScript that allows scrolling through the results, and then the various dragging events which were disabled by my original suggestion through custom CSS. So this is the way you should do it if you only really want to present some results and you really don't want to make them clickable. All right, so those are the new features. I think this is plenty. And there were some improvements. Obviously, I needed to test with PHP 8.5, which is not as big of a difference between, there's not a big of a difference between 8.5 and 8.4 in terms of like compatibility. So, but I retested it and everything just worked fine. There was no change required. I've made changes to the index table matching with titles. I found a bug where it wasn't just working very well. Sometimes in some cases, in some settings, it wasn't as quick as it should have been. So I needed to adjust a couple of things in that. And also there was these 3 hooks that lets you disable loading assets like JavaScript, CSS, and whatever, if you want to manually programmatically control that. These hooks were not very well designed by me, unfortunately, because the argument was like negated when it should stop, it should return true and false. So someone pointed it out to me, and there were like better alternatives. I'm gonna put I forgot to put the documentation link here, but I'm gonna edit this once this video goes live. So I'm gonna put a documentation link for the new hooks. Of course, these are gonna still work, but it's going to throw a deprecation warning to switch to the new ones. also an improvement to the date picker script. It was there was two things. The localization wasn't always automatically applied, so something had to be done with that, and some of the triggering. So when you used like enter key and navigation with or enter the date, it just didn't trigger properly. So I had to change a couple of things about that, and now I think it works really, really well. And there was another change. I had a lot of conversation with gtranslate, which is again, it's just reverse proxy translation module, and they can't give access to the actual translations, unfortunately. So we can't really index the translated things and search based on them. But more often than not, it kind of works in a way that if you search for the thing, it just auto translates it. And for that reason, I've decided to change the response of the live results. It was like a custom thing, and now it's a full JSON. So if somehow gtranslate can hook into that and better, then it should yield better translations. But again, unfortunately, searching through gtranslate translated content is technically not possible, because it is not possible to access the translations, and therefore there's no way to search them. I searched a lot. I spoke with the developer. It's just not possible to do. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And there was some improvement in the script loading. I'm not going to go into that. It's a structural thing. Just to note, number range custom field. Okay, so there was a validation problem with when using a number range. So it's like a 2 inputs, and when after a certain delay, the validation happened, which wasn't really how it should have worked. I changed that so when it's unfocused, the validation happens and the 1,000 separators are added, or when the enter key is hit, which is kind of how it should have worked. I also found a problem when the horizontal results were used and they trackpad laptop navigation was used to swipe left and right, to scroll. It just didn't really work as it should, because it's not by default in the trackpad navigation you should use up and down, like this two finger, 3 finger, and Apple and whatever. It's how it scrolls vertical and both horizontal ways. It's kind of unintuitive, but I still wanted to somehow make it work. So if you go left and right, it works, and I think I find a pretty good solution for that. There was some issues with an advanced field on WooCommerce, but it wasn't that big of a deal. There was a problem with the auto update area that a wrong parameter was returned, but that's fixed as well. Something with the media search, when an empty search phrase was used and it just didn't return the correct number of results. It was, again, a good specific configuration that it took some time through the support to figure out what exactly the issue was. There was it's a small error triggered when specific query arguments were set to specific values. It should be okay now. And what else? Okay. I found an issue with the query loop block when a third-party plugin was hooking into it, wasn't returning the block as it should. It returned the standard class and it just yielded all kinds of it. So I needed to change the parameters. That should be it. So this is Ajax Search Pro 4.28. I really do recommend checking out this new statistics interface. I think I did a good job here. I rarely ever do get excited when I add something to an existing thing, but this is because it's a very new thing. I'm kind of excited about that, and it incorporates some new modern technologies like React and whatever. And also I managed to swoop in Tailwind. Yes, that Tailwind CSS. I'm talking about Tailwind CSS, which is like very popular right now. I really do prefer doing everything like natively, but I found a way that just kind of made my workflow a little bit better. And I was like, all right, let's just give it a shot and see how it goes. And then I kind of went with it, and then managed to integrate seamlessly without like, you know, affecting any other components or anything. It just kind of very nicely, you know, very nicely integrates to this interface. I can nicely use Tailwind and all kinds of React components without it's just boxed into. It's kind of a black box thing. It just doesn't affect any other thing, and it's highly reusable. And I can't wait to, you know, use these settings. For example, this one, I played a lot to get this one working, because I really loved how YouTube had this feature where you add the keywords and you can just copy them and just add them, and then see it's. I really loved that, and I kind of wanted to recreate it from scratch, and I think this is gonna like do a really good job later on when I replace some of the old stuff and go with this. I believe so, but you should let me know in the comment section below. So this is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry it was a little longer than I usually do, but I kind of enjoyed talking about these new stuff. And well, this is the end of the video. I really hope you liked it. I was super excited to show you this. Leave a thumbs up, of course. Comments are welcome. I will try to answer anybody's questions or concerns the best I can. And if you don't have Ajax Search Pro license yet, well, links in the description below. And I see you in the next one. Bye.